Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Siamak, and today I would like to tell you guys more about how to be a good dad, or maybe a better dad. Of course you have to learn by experience, by making mistakes sometimes, but it helps to know a few tips, and that's why I'm making this video. Our little son Rumi is now 3.5 months old, and the first 3 months were really challenging. And sometimes people call it the fourth trimester, as in you have the 3 trimesters in the belly of the wife, of course, and then the fourth trimester is outside in the new world. After the birth, suddenly you're with the 3 of you and there's a baby in your life, and of course your whole life will change. It's not a cliche, but it really does, because everything revolves around the baby. Every 3 hours he needs to get cleaned, he needs to be fed and sleep, of course. And this cycle repeats over and over, and after a few weeks he's more stable and he's used to the new world, and he starts to grow a little bit. In the first weeks we had a lot of challenges with getting the breastfeeding going on. The attaching was a bit difficult, and my wife also had an infection in the first month, so that was really hard because it was really painful for her. And luckily that improved, and nowadays it doesn't hurt when he attaches, and it's more comfortable. After 1 month, Rumi was he was starting to recognize us, and he really looked into our eyes. We could make contact, so that was really pleasant and bonding, especially for me as well. After 2 months, Rumi really started to use his hands, whereas in the first months he was really not sure what to do with his hands. He was hitting himself, scratching himself, but after 2 months he understood, wait a second, these are my hands and I can grab stuff. So he started to grab our fingers and grab his toys a little bit. And after 3 months, that's a big milestone, after 3 months he started to laugh. And laughing is wonderful, because, well, that's really the key sign that he recognizes us as his parents and has a comfortable time, and he's healthy and enjoying himself. So that was really wonderful to see him laughing for the first times. Alright guys, for you upcoming dads, I have a few really important tips, so pay attention now. As a dad, I think it's really important also to be present and make sure you have the time. So make sure you take a paternity leave at your work. And even if you are an entrepreneur like I am, make sure you don't plan too much. And of course, you're not sure when the baby arrives, so make sure you have like a window of 3 weeks before his due time, and also 1 month after the birth. You really need the time to get used to each other and help your wife out when needed. And that's the second tip. Make sure you're there when your wife needs you. Especially in the beginning, the breastfeeding is really tough and sometimes also painful in the beginning, so make sure that between the breastfeeding you do the diapers, and don't even ask, just offer, like, shall I do the diapers, and do you want to drink something? Make sure you're attentive and supportive. And of course also during the night you have to wake up. You can't sleep the whole night anymore. Those times are gone. Now we have to wake up together, especially in the beginning, to make sure everything goes according to plan. And also be aware that you have to learn these things. It's okay to make little mistakes here and there. Make sure you're learning from them, and it's okay also to ask advice, maybe from experienced parents or from your friends who have children themselves. I think that's the most important thing. Of course, I'm still learning. I'm not done yet. We are only with our first child, and it's a wonderful journey. In the beginning it's really tough. It takes a lot of energy and a lot of time, because every 3 hours the same cycle repeats, but you have to be there. You have to make sure that you take care of your child and that it gets all the attention and love it needs. And when he's asleep, you might have like 1 hour or maybe half an hour to do something for yourself, and make sure you spend your time wisely. A few activities you can do with your child. In the morning, when he's full of energy, I like to play with him in his baby box, and sometimes also put him on his belly and do tummy time. And especially now, his neck is getting stronger and stronger, so he can do that for a few minutes now, so that's really nice. And after that, I like to read a little bit with him. In the beginning, we only had one book, so we repeated the same book over and over. But now, for my birthday, I asked a few children's books. So now we have much more, and that's really nice. And really likes to look at the colors and at the pictures. So that's a nice thing to do. And when the weather is nice, of course, you can go outside and enjoy nature together, either in a stroller or maybe in a sling. I noticed that in the beginning he preferred the sling, because in the sling his body is really close to mine and you keep each other warm and it's really cozy. But also, especially when he's getting heavier, the stroller is nice, because then he can lay down and fall asleep sometimes. And after the walking, he's back at home, and then mommy can feed him again. So these things are really nice, you can do as a dad as well. Of course, if your wife doesn't breastfeed, you can also help with the feeding, but we chose to breastfeed up until 6 months, if possible. If you have any more ideas for activities you can do with your child, please let me know. I'm curious to see what you guys come up with. Alright guys, let me know what you think of this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. It means a lot. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.